am one of the trainees of Study
I
Comrade.
feel really blessed to be a part of Study Comrade. Our mentor eased our journey by clearing all the doubts. At affordable prices, we are getting access to a great content. I approached this platform through my friend and had great experience and felt more enthusiastic with the process. And the trainer, respected Ramakrishna sir, handled the process course with a soothing manner. He explains every topic in a practical manner for better understanding. We can approach him with any type of question related to the course.
After completion of the class, it will provide breakout rooms. That was a great facility where we can learn with our friends, where we can solve our queries with our friends.
Tutor is very highly efficient and very enthusiastic in solving the doubts, and also the prices are very affordable, and they made quizzes and tests in very fun manner, and they are very easy to learn, and it is very helpful in building your resume and career. I really recommend Study Comrade as a best place to develop your skills and add weightage to your resume.
Providing breakout rooms after the completion of class is something interesting that we can share or solve our queries related to the course with our teamwork. The Study Comrade team always stood first to solve our problems and use time and patience to solve our doubts. Along with the session, the Study Comrade team conducts some case studies, quizzes, and appreciate the winners and encourage each and every student to realize the opportunity. With all this, I felt more enthusiastic to learn more. And the Study Comrade team also provides the internship opportunities with the performance offers in the course. And I recently selected for an internship opportunity offered by a company. This all great goes to Study Comrade team. Without a good trainer and team, we can't put our works in a perfect manner. Waiting for more courses from Study Comrade team. And thank you Study Comrade team for shaping the young minds to achieve more.
If anyone asks me to recommend a best platform to learn, undoubtedly I recommend the platform Study Comrade. Finally, I am very thankful to my trainer and the team Study Comrade. #Make it together.
Hi all, I became a comrade. Are you? This is Gangotri. Let me share my wonderful experience with Study Comrade's front-end course. I really
Hello, Hello comrades. Congratulations on booking your seat successfully for our front-end web development course. I am here to give a detailed course structure for this course. So this course is categorized into two parts. So in the first part, you will be learning about HTML and CSS. In the second part, you will be learning JavaScript, BOOTSTRAP, React.js. After completion of these modules, you will be doing projects and you will be getting certified with the course completion certificate and project completion certificate. So as a final step, we will be providing you with 100% internship assistance.
For now, let's only consider the part 1 of this course. The part 1 of this course has been scheduled from October 28 to November 4th, 7 pm to 8 pm every day. So in this course, you will learn to build a responsive design by using HTML and CSS. After completion of every class in part 1, you will be having a quiz. By scoring more than 75% in every quiz, you will receive a bonus of worth 1000 rupees for every class. So you can claim all the bonuses that you have got in your part 1 after the end of the first week. How you are going to claim all the bonuses that you have received in your first week? For this, you have to wait till part 2. So congratulations and all the very best for everyone for your great journey.
Front-end development course. How are you all? Please drop it in the chat box. How are you all? If you have any questions from previous session, please drop that as well in the chat box. If you have any questions from the previous session. Hi Sumit. Hi Venkat. Dharnisha. Kasraj. All right. So do you guys have any questions from previous session, or should we start with today's one? Text, font properties. Okay. All right. So let's start. I'm also good, Karthik. All right. So team, today we'll start with flex layout. In today's time, if you're developing a website, flex layout is very important. And then we'll start with the overview of responsive design today, depending upon the time. And in responsive design, we are going to focus on media query. Okay. So we'll start with flex layout today. So first of all, uh, okay, let me show you all why we need flex layout. Okay, and what layout means. Okay, let me just open Amazon side by side. Okay, so the main idea of layout is like in HTML we did semantic elements. Okay, so I said whenever you have to start developing your website, you need to follow the semantic elements. In CSS, you need one thing before developing a website is the layout. Okay, like you're going with flex layout, you're going with grid layout, you're going with inline block, or you're going with table or position property or float. So you need to have clarity. Okay, so you can go with flex. Flex is the last and the latest one, so that's why we generally use flex and grid nowadays. But before flex we had float properties. Okay, so we can use flex layout, but before flex layout was introduced as a part of CSS3, we had block, inline, table, position property. Okay, and we have float as well. Okay, but now we have flex property. Okay, we have this flex layout that will help you to create the website. Okay, so where you will be able to use this is, let's say these are four boxes, one, two, three, four. You want to place these boxes in the horizontal manner in the one row. At that time you need flex layout. If you open any website, even if I open some other website, let's say this one, you will see this is heading tag, and this is this one box and second box placed next to each other. You will see this is one box and this is second box placed next to each other. You can see these are one, two, three cards placed next to each other. Here you will see this is first part and this is second part placed next to each other. Okay, in the horizontal direction. Here you will see this is first part, second part. So this is what we are going to create. Okay, if you open any website, if you open study comrade website as well, even in Amazon you can see these cards are placed next to each other. So this is what I will show you today, when you how you can place these boxes next to each other. Okay, so for creating such output, okay, here also you can see these boxes are next to each other. Okay, these one, two, three, four cards are next to each other. You can see one, two, three, four, they are next to each other. Okay, you can see one, two, three, four, five, they are placed next to each other in a row. Okay, so if you want to create something like this, okay, you simply, like here also you can see one, two, three, we need layout. You can go with flex layout, you can go with block, inline, position property, or float property. Okay, we are going to see the same thing using flex. because flex is the last and the latest introduced as a part of your CSS3. So it's good to know or learn a new thing. Okay, the latest one. Secondly, nowadays, if I have to choose one layout, I will go with flex or grid. I will not go with block, inline, or float property. Okay, depending upon the requirement, it will vary, but flex is the latest, so we will use flex now. Okay, so we are going to use this flex layout to achieve such output 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me create one box. You need to understand the properties. So in Flex, you have almost 7, 8 Flex properties. So that is what you need to understand and remember. Okay, and structuring is important. Like, for example, if I want to create this one row, this is one row, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 columns here. Okay, so you need to remember what will be the structure in HTML. Okay, so I'm creating this one now, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just look at the output. Firstly, in body element, obviously you can start with your semantic elements. If you want, you can code with me. So I have created this section here. Okay. So let's say this is my one section, and this is what I want to create. If I take a snippet of it, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, this one. So what I want to do is, this is my first, second, third, and this is my fourth box. Okay, this is what I'm calling as my first box. Okay, and I need to place them next to each other. Okay, by default div is a block level element, so obviously it will go to the next row. So I need to bring it in the same row. So that's why I'm using flex layout. Okay, so let's see in the section the number of boxes you want to place next to each other. Like in this case, if I want to develop this part, this text and this one, then I will use 2 boxes. Right now I want to create 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will write here 4 div tag. Okay, in this section I will create 4 div tag, and I will add simple heading here. Let me just copy the same headings. I'll just copy the same headings from here and add it here. I'll copy and add it here, and I'll copy from here and I will add it here. Okay, so these are the 4 heading 2 I have created. Okay, so first of all, you need to have a clarity the number of boxes you are going to create. Okay, so right now I want 4 boxes in a row, or 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have created, in a section I have created 4 boxes. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can see now 4 boxes I have created, and in each box I have added one heading. Okay, let me execute this. There's no shortcut to create 4 divs, you have to create them. Okay, so now you can see these 4 boxes are coming like this, and they all are coming on separate rows, because this is a block level element. Div is a block level element, that's why they are coming on separate rows. Okay, but I want to develop something like this. Okay, so what I will do is, in the CSS, okay, first of all you need to give class. So here in the section, the row, you can say this is the row in which these containers are placed. Okay, you need to give a class here. Let's say flex container. I am giving the class name as flex container. I will just copy this and I can just add it here. It's a class, so I will write dot class here. Okay, so this is the class, the row, okay, in which your 4 containers are placed. Just copy the class and add it here. Here you need to use display property. Okay, so you will simply write display flex. Okay, that's it. Once you write display flex, you will come in this 4 rows. You can see 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, automatically it is coming like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 boxes are coming next to each other automatically. Okay, and why they're coming next to each other? Because by default flex direction is row. Okay, just remember, by default flex direction is row. Okay, but obviously we can change it. If I make it column, they will come in separate rows. So by default the flex direction is row. Okay, that's why they are coming in a same row. Okay, now after this I want to select these 4 div tag. Okay, because I want to give border, background color, width to them, whatever changes I want to make. So I will just select them. Okay, to select these divs, if you see, these 4 divs are the child of this section. These 4 divs are the child of the section. So I can select it like this: dot flex container greater than div. Okay, this is how you can select a child. So I am saying wherever flex container is present as a class, select all its div children. Okay, so all the div children will be selected here. Okay. So I will give border now 1 pixel solid black. Okay, and yesterday I mentioned, always in a universal operator, mention box sizing border box, margin 0 and padding 0. So you can see these are the boxes. Now they are more visible, 3 and 4. Okay, I can give background color to them like this. This is how they will look. Okay, so something like this is easily created. And if you open any website, you will see the same combination, multiple divs placed in the same row. These are 3 cards. Okay, so now you can easily create these cards, these sections, this one using Flex. Okay, so we have to give in the parent where all these main containers are placed. In the parent, in the section, I am giving display flex and flex direction row. Okay, and by default they will take the width according to the 4, like there are 4 containers, so equally it will divide the width. Okay, but you can give width from your end as well. And for width I'll give 22%. Okay, I'm giving 22 because by default the width is 100% for each div. Okay, now I, in this complete row, I want to place 4 boxes but with the width of 22%. Okay, so you can somehow do the calculation. So you can use calc method as well, like 100% divided by 4. So this 100% will be divided by 4 boxes. You can see each div minus, I will just subtract 2%. So this is how they will come. So each box is taking a width of 100% divided by 2, that is 25, minus 2, that is 23%. This is the width of 23%, 23, 23, and 23. Okay, and obviously the 100, the width of a block level element is 100%. So 100% minus this one. So that will come. Okay, so because 100% minus this value, so this sum value will be left because I'm giving 23% to each box. So approximately or 8% will be left here. Okay, so now what I will do, if you look at here, there is some spacing in between these boxes. Some spacing is there. Okay, so to add that spacing, we have justify content, send start. Okay, by default it's start. So when you want to horizontally give the values, you can use justify content. That is by default. You can give end, it will come in the end. Center, it will come in the center. Equal space will be on the left and right. Okay, or you can give space between, space around. You can see equal space will be added around them. You can give space between. So first and the last item will go in extreme left and extreme right, and equal space is added in between. Okay, and then you can use space evenly. So this space evenly is exactly you will see in Amazon. So this space and these gray spaces that you see, they are same as this one. Okay, so they have used space evenly here. You can see now it is looking very much like this. Now obviously you can add images, you can add this text, you can again use flex here to place these boxes next to each other, but your main container is ready. Okay, after this we have few values here, like instead of row you can make it row reverse. So first box will come start from the end. Okay, you can see 70% get festive ready is coming now. If I make it reverse, this festive one will is going in, so in the opposite direction it will start. I can give align items center. Okay, align item center means according to the height. Okay, so align justify content is horizontally doing the height and width. So horizontal means this direction and vertical is this direction. Okay, so your boxes vertically, horizontally if you want to give the spacing, then you can use justify content. Okay, vertically like here and here you want to give spacing, then you can use center. To show you properly, I can just give column and now you can see. Okay, once you give align item center, they will come vertically center. Okay, so in an interview or like let's say you have created an application. Okay, so they can ask you to like how can you bring all these boxes next to each other in a separate column. Okay, like live in your live project they can ask you to make changes. So basically you need to make it column, then they will ask you to, let me remove it, then they will ask you to bring all these in center. Okay, so then you can give a line item center. So like this they can ask you to make changes live in your, like obviously you will be creating some front end project. So in that if you use flex, they can ask you to make changes like this. Okay, they can ask you about calc method is like calculation. Okay, the advantage of using this is otherwise manually you have to do the calculation. 100 divided by 4 minus 2, that will be 23%. Okay, instead of this I can use 23% also. Okay, but instead of writing that I'm just using this calc method will do the calculation. I know by default width of this complete section is 100%. So 100% minus divide by 4 boxes are there. So I did 4. Minus, I will reduce some value so that I can see all of them with some spacing. Some spacing is there. Obviously, if you don't want spacing, then don't do minus. Okay, so this is how it will come. And you can see there is no need to use margin. There is no need to, if you want padding you can add padding. Let me add like 20 pixel padding you can add. Okay, padding is also there, but margin you can, there is no point of using here because justify content is doing that work for you. Okay, so you, if you use flex, you really don't have to worry too much about spacing as well, because justify and these ally property are handling that for us. Like I'm not using margin here to give the spacing. Padding you can give. Yes, I can remove yellow color. This is how they will look. Is it clear? Is it clear to all? Please take a look at the code. Okay. One more thing. I can do the same thing. The main idea to place these containers next to each other or in a horizontal. If you want to align or handle the content in row or column wise, you can use float. You can use inline block. Okay. You can use table. Okay, that is there. But after this the last that was latest, that is flex. That's why we are covering flex. Okay, and with flex I mean since it's latest it's very easy. If you try to achieve the same thing with float, it's a bit complicated there. Just take a look at the code. So see, this much code I have written, that's it, and they are coming as we want. Okay, but you need to take care of the HTML structure here. So you need to create a section, or you can take div as well if you want. In that, the number of boxes you want to place next to each other, create that very boxes. Then in the parent, give display flex direction, justify content, ally items. Okay, and remember flex direction is a default value. Even if you don't mention, it will come like this. And these divs, these 4 boxes, these are the children of this section. Okay, so that's why I'm giving here border, like I'm selecting, this is called child selector. I'm selecting all the child of this element having the class flex contain. Okay. Then I'm giving border to them, padding to them, and width to them. For calculating the width, one way is manually I will do the width, and but otherwise I'm just using this calc method. Okay. So if you do it's 100 divided by 4, that is 25, minus 2, that is 23%. Clear? Is it clear to all? Yes, we can add images. Let me add the images as well. In each box, I'll add some images. I'll show you how you can fix the width of the image. Okay, let me explain that as well, because quality of image is very important. Okay, so whatever image you are picking, okay, or from online, maybe mostly online. Firstly, you can use Unsplash. Okay, for taking the dummy images, you can use Unsplash. Okay, then you have Canva. You can simply download images from there. Okay, after that, okay, you have to take a image. Let's say your container width is, it depends, like my container width is 23% for each tip. Okay, so make sure your image quality is double the size of that, so that your image don't blur, like it should not be pixelated. Okay, firstly you need to take care of this thing. Whatever image you're taking, let's say if my container width is 400 per pixel, the image width should be at least 800 pixel. I can show you in properties. If you check, you will see my width, the pixel width is 284 pixel here. Okay, so it's not a good quality, because once you open it like in Apple desktop where width is more, it will pixelate, it will become blur. Okay, so now what I've done, I have added the images. So images are added. But now if you observe, it is actually going outside my box. See, the image is going above the box. So to handle it, okay, what we need to do is we need to set the width and height of the images. Okay. So what I can do here is I can select this image. So to select this image, again I'll use a descendant selector. Let me explain that. So like this is the parent, like this is the parent here section. A section has a child div. Now div as a child as image. Okay, for example in real time we have family tree, grandparents, parents and children. Okay, so just imagine this is like a grandparent, this is like a parent, and this is like a grandchild. Okay, so grandparent, parent and child. Okay, I mean for this section this is your grandchild. Okay, so what we can say, parent and grandchildren are the descendants. Okay, just like we call our elder people, elder, like a grandfather, parents as ancestors. Okay, in English we call them as ancestors. Similarly in English we call them as descendant. Okay, so for this section element, this div tag heading to image, these are their descendants, means they are the child, grandchild and so on. Okay, let me write here, ancestors are basically parent, grandparents. In English, I mean it's just an English word. Okay, and descendants are the ones like child, grandchild and so on. Okay, so here you can see for this section element, div is also descendant, h2 is also descendant, image is also descendant. So if you want to select this image, I can write the parent firstly, flex container, space image. Okay, so this space is a descendant selector, like greater than sign is a child selector. Here space is called descendant selector, and make its width 100%. Okay, no need to set the height of the image, because height will take space according to the container. Okay, so no need to do that. You can just take the width of the image. Okay, so now you can see this image is coming inside my box now. because I am giving width as 100%, and inline image is an inline element here. Okay, so inline means image will take space according to its parent. So whatever will be the width of the div, that will be the same width of the image, because image is a inline element. Okay, so my parent width is, let's say, 23%. So 100% of 23%, basically the complete container, it will take the width. Okay, now you can see it's looking better. Okay, and padding I have already added to this box, so automatically the space will come. So you can simply specify, always you will always see image will always have a width of 100%, 90% in percentages. Okay, because images will take width according to their parent, because image is the inline element. Okay, and for block you don't have to like worry. Block level all automatically take the width, whatever you will be specifying. Okay, I can see a few questions in the chat box. Yes, we can give any class from it. You can give any class. You can give flex. You can give container. Whatever you want to. Just make sure the naming should be correct. Like, don't give something like ABC or something like that. Don't give such name. Just give a proper name. Then use. Then it's fine. Okay, Leelavati, it's your first time. It's okay. Uh, like you will be able to understand flex. Okay, that part you will be able to understand, because we are discussing how to place these boxes. Like your complete website of Amazon, it's based on this only. How to place these containers next to each other. See, you open any website, you will find the same thing. Any website. Okay. In fact, what you all can do is, it's like a very easy process. Just take a snippet tool. Okay, you really don't need any, you know, additional assignment. Just open any website, take a screenshot of it. Okay, you have a screenshot. Now these are what, four boxes, one, two, three, four. Start developing this. This is what, image, heading, P, and button. You can easily create it. Image, heading, P, and button. Okay, image, don't worry. Image, generally graphic designers will create them. Image, you can add any image for practice. This is image, this is heading, this is P tag, this is button. You can actually create this part of this website easily now. Okay, you know how to place four boxes next to each other. You know how to add image, heading, P, and button. You know how to give color, background. In fact, this background, this section element, this basically this section element over here, they have given background image. If you look at this, they have given background image, so you know how to give background image as well. Okay, so you can actually create this part. You can actually replicate this part. And this is a real time website, right? This is a real time. This is a heading placed in center. You can actually create this one section of this website easily. This section, heading, and this. Next also you can create heading. These four boxes placed next to each other. Four boxes placed next to each other. Again flex, three text placed next to each other. Again flex, one, two, three, four boxes placed next to each other. Again heading. This left side have a image, right side have this text, and these are icons. You know how to create that as well. Again, you can create this footer easily. These are like one, two, three. Forget about background image for now, but this is one box, second box, and third box, and you know how to place it next to each other. Okay. Now, if you have three boxes, you need to divide it by three. Here I've divided by four because there were four boxes. If it's two, give it two. If it's three, give it three. Okay. So easily you can actually replicate the complete UI of Study Comrade. You can replicate the UI of, see, here you can see. If you remember in the very second lecture of HTML, I told you all these are link LIs. Okay. So what are these four boxes? One, two, three, four. And this is heading tag, and these are all LI. You can easily create this part on your own now. Okay. You can easily create these part on your own. You can actually try out, like today as a practice, you can try out this UI structure. You can try out this footer section over here of Amazon. Okay, so like this you can practice, but you like this is like one of the major chunk of your CSS, how to bring these boxes. Okay, If you don't want border property, don't add it. It's not compulsory. If you want, you can add. Yes, I can show you the spacing part. So this space here, team, okay, I am not using any margin. See, this margin is of universal operator at the starting I've given, but there is no other place I'm giving margin because here we have this space using justify content. So horizontally means horizontal is this direction. Horizontal is this direction. On left, right, and center if you want space. So you can give justify content start. So by default, it will start from the left. Then you can give end. It will come in the end. Then you can create center. It will come in the center. Then you can give space, evenly space around. Like I'm using space evenly. So equal space is added on the left and the right. That is exactly what you see here in these boxes. Now you can see there this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, 5 sections are actually created with this one thing only. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see in Amazon 5 sections are of this only. Same structure, only heading is different, images are different. Leave that part for now. Content, obviously, the content comes from the business end. Okay, your company will have graphic designers, so you don't have to worry about that. They will give you the heading, what heading will come, what images will come. But if you look at this 5 sections are created using this only. Okay, and this also you can divide it into 3 parts. One, the second box, and second 2 parts you can divide. Okay, and those who are asking how these boxes are created, team, it's the same thing. Like here, okay, if I show you the structure of this one box, basically you will have one section element. In this section element you have 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Firstly you have main 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'll explain this part. Okay, this box. So what you will do, you will add a heading here. Okay, whatever you want. After this you have these 4 boxes. Again, it's a 2 by 2 structure. Okay, so what you will do, you will add another div tag. In that, further you have 4 boxes, so you will create another 4 div tag. Like this you need to create a structure. Okay, for bringing it on the next line you need flex wrap property. I'll explain it after this. But to bring it on the next line, okay, like this image on the next line, you need flex wrap property. Okay, I'll explain it after this, but this will be the structure. How to add image as a link? You can pick any online image. For example, you can just right click here. Like I'll show you all. Like you can right click here, go to inspect. Okay, let's say you want to use this image. Okay, go to elements. One second. This browser is creating the issue. I'll just open another one quickly. Okay, so whichever image you want, just right click on that, and in elements you will get the image link. For example, if you need this image, okay, just right click here, go to inspect. In the elements, okay, you can see you will get the path of src. If you hover over it, this is the path. Click on it. Okay, you will get the image path. Just copy it and use it in your website. That's it. Use it in the src. So you will be able to see the same image that Amazon is using. See, you will be able to see the same image that Amazon is using. Okay, so you can just right click here, go to inspect. Once you go to inspect this in elements, in the first tab elements, you will see this image will be selected. If you hover over it, you will get current source. Just click on it. You will get the path of this image and use it in your website. Okay, and if you want to make this image width and all, you can use here. Okay, so now you can see it's looking exactly like that. And if you want to bring this image a bit below, then you can give margin properties and all. Okay, for that you can use margin property. Okay, let me explain flex wrap property. Okay, for flex wrap, let's take another example. Let me create another section. This section will have, let's say, 6 boxes. Okay, let's say this will have 6 boxes. I'm just adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and here I will give style is equal to container. Okay, let's give a class. 1 second, I'll just give a class container. Okay, I will copy this. Okay, so right now this is how these 6 boxes are looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will go to CSS. I will give display flex. Okay, flex direction row. Okay, I know it's not compulsory to give, but make sure you're giving it. Then I will select these boxes and I will give some width value to them. This is how we can select. So whatever I did here, I'm doing the same thing again. Okay, calc. Now 100% is the width of my boxes. Okay, divide by 6 boxes. Right now there are 6 boxes. Okay, minus, I want some spacing between them, so I'll just subtract 2% here, and I'll give border. So this is how they are looking. Okay, these 6 boxes. And to handle the spacing, just give justify content, whichever you want. Like I'll give, let's say, space between, in this case, space between. See, these boxes are coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in this you can give margin top, so that there is some spacing between the above section and this spacing is there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boxes are coming here. Okay. All right. Now, here what we want to do is, let's say I don't want this complete space to be divided among 6 boxes. Let's say you have a situation of keeping 2 boxes or 4 boxes in first row and 2 boxes in the next row. Let's say you have a situation like this. Like here you have this situation. You want to keep 2 boxes here and you want to bring 2 boxes on the next row. You can see here you have this situation. Here you have this situation. Here you have this situation. Then here you have the situation where you want to keep 2 boxes in one row and 2 boxes on another row. Okay, so we can have this situation, like, let me make them 8 so that you will understand. Now I will divide it by 8. So let's say I have 8 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to make it 4 by 4. Okay, even if, okay, let me explain. Even if I make their width 100%, 100% means 100% of each box, this one. Okay, still it will not go to next row. Okay, you, this is important point to understand. Even if I give, let's say, 100% to each box, 100% to each div, this one, 100, 100, 100. Ideally one div tag is a block level, so anyways it's taking 100% width. Even if I'm giving 100% width, still the other one are not going to the next row. Okay, because by default flex is one directional. Okay, one directional means in one direction, horizontally in one direction, you will be able to place these columns easily. Okay, your flex is by default one directional. That's why by default it will try to take the space in the same row. Okay, so what you need to do is, okay, let's say in some case, like you have given width, let's say 40%. Okay, now you can just imagine 100% is the total width, so 40% means only 2 boxes can come in one row. The 40% this will take, 40% this will take, that will be 80. These two should go to the next row automatically. Okay, but still it is not going. Okay, because flex is one direction and by default it will take the spacing. So what you need to do here is, in the parent just give flex wrap. Okay, flex wrap. Now it will come to the next row. See, now in one row only 2 boxes is coming, 1 and 2. 3, and 4. Okay, so this is how you can handle such situation. So if you want to create this 2 by 2, this is how you can create. Like I created 4 by 4, you can create 2 by 2. Okay, so if you don't give this property, okay, whatever width you are taking, even if you're giving 100%, it will stay in the same row. Okay, so to handle this part, you need to give flex wrap. Okay, so basically by default flex wrap is no wrap, and I'm changing it to wrap. Okay, now it will come in the next row. If it's needed, it will come. Okay, if it's not needed, then it will not come. It's like that. If it's needed, it will come in the next row, otherwise not. So in the same parent only, this section only, in the parent you need to give flex wrap. Clear? Is it clear to all? Please type 1 in the chat box if it's clear till now. Flex wrap property, display flex, justify content, all these properties. Karthik, is it clear? Srija, please type 1 in the chat box if it's clear, or drop your question in the chat box. Okay. Now, lastly, we have one more property. Okay, that can be asked again in interviews. I'm just commenting it for now. Okay. In interview, this can be asked. Okay. For example, like you have developed your website. Okay, your interviewer can ask you. Okay, now change the position of 3 with 8, means the position of this third box, change it with this last one. Okay, or change this box with this box. Okay, obviously, first thought process will be, let me go to my HTML file and make the changes. Okay, the first thought process will be, let me go to HTML and make the changes. Okay, but let's say, okay, let me repeat the question. Your interviewer can ask you, like in your develop project, replace this box with this box. Okay, first thing that will come, or they can ask you to replace first box in 8, bring 8 in 7th position. Okay, secondly, they will ask you, don't make any change. Obviously, with HTML, it's easy, right? You can just change the box like this. You can just change the positions like this. But now they're asking you, you can't make any change in HTML. You have to do it using CSS. Okay, using CSS, you need to do. So for that, we have this order property. Okay, so we have this order property. So what we can do is, let me show from here. Okay, so you have 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so total values will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, possible values will be 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have 4 boxes. In this case, you have 8 boxes, so you will have 8 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now what you need to do is, this is my first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, so I mean, I can use external CSS. I'm just showing you here style, order. So where you want to see the possible values are 1, 2, 3, 4 only. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I'm saying the first box, this first box should be order 2, means it should come at second position. Then the second box will come in order, let's say 1. So this is how you will swap. Okay, this the here you don't need to change, because I want this in 3 and 4 only. Okay, so let me change for them style order 3, and this will be order 4. So now you can see the first image, the image that was coming, the first this box which was coming in the first position, now it is coming in second one. Okay, this is how you can show them. Okay, again in CSS, I mean, you can do it in external also. I'm just adding it here. I'm using this CSS property called order, so you can just swap these boxes easily using order property. Okay, here also you can do, like the 8th box you want to show in second position, so you just need to give order 2, and just change the order accordingly for the rest of the ones. Okay, so this is how you can do order property. So whenever you want to swap one box with another, you can use order property in Flex. uh, I don't know which box. I think you're asking about this arrow. craft and origami. I guess you are so team. This is carousel. This is JavaScript part. This is not HTML part here. Okay, this arrow obviously to bring the arrow is CSS. Okay, but to create a carousel like this, you need to learn it. Like you need to have knowledge of JavaScript. That we will do in third part. Okay. Okay, Harshita, you want me to change this value? Let me just make it 80%. Okay. Even if I give 80%, it will still stay in the same row. Okay, because I have commented my flex wrap property. Otherwise, it would have shifted to the next row. Okay. Is it clear to all? Flex wrap order property. What is the default direction? If you want to bring something in center, if you want to bring these items in center, if you want to add equal spacing, you can use justify content horizontally if you want to create equal space without margin. How to use this calc method to divide these width. Okay. So as a practice, I just suggest you all what you all can do today is you can just try out this heading part. It's very simple. Just take a snippet tool or just take a screenshot of this part. Okay, so what is this? One section having background image. In that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. These all are images. So which is no worry, you can use any image or you can actually get the link of this image. Okay, like I showed you, just go to inspect in elements. See, this is the path of the image. If you hover over it, this is the path of the image. Okay, you can select it and use it. Okay, so you can actually get the path of these images from the elements. Okay, and then you will get use this is heading, this is P, and this is button. If you see, all these 4 boxes are following the same structure, only content is different. And for footer part, you can try out Amazon footer. That's a very good one to practice. So you can try out this one today. Okay. Yes, team. Quiz will be given. I mean, I'm not ending the session. We'll go to quiz. Before that, please type 1 in the chat box if it's clear. You are asking about this part. You're asking about this spacing. With one, if you're asking about this spacing, it's the same thing. In this div, like this is one heading, this is another div here. This is one heading tag, this is another div. In that, you will create 4 divs further and you will add spacing. So, same justify property you will use. Justify content. Yes, Lilavati, you will the quiz that you're attending, you will get the bonus of that for that. Okay. So what we did is today we started with the layout, flex layout. Okay. So that I mean you need to remember the structuring where we use flex property. So and today I showed you how these complete websites are created using this layouts. It can be float, it can be other layouts as well. Okay, I am using flex. So we have these very flex properties. You can see we have seen 6, 7 flex properties. We have seen this calc method to handle the width. Okay. I mean, otherwise just imagine you have to divide it into 8 parts. Like this 100% you want to divide into 8 parts here. Instead of manually doing it, we can use this calc method. Okay. And flex wrap property we have seen. So this is what we have seen today. Any questions? Okay. Flex grow I can explain quickly. So team flex grow is when you want one box to be 2 times of another. Like I want this second box to be 2 times of the other boxes. Okay. So you can just give style is equal to flex grow width wise 2. Okay. So this one will be 2 times of the other. Let me remove it. Okay. So you if you don't want to give width, okay, and you want so just remove the width property. And if you want one box to be 2 times or 3 times of other boxes, you can use this. Okay. You can see my second box is 2 times of the other boxes. And you can obviously give flex wrap. Okay. So this flex grow is here. how to add curve to the edge of the boxes. Rashmita, we did that, yes, last time. Border radius property. Let me add here. We did border radius property, 10 pixels. So this will add the curves to your boxes like this. All right. Now study component team will add the quiz in the chat box. Okay. Responsive part we'll do tomorrow. From tomorrow we start the responsive part. We'll see how to create this responsive layout. Like once you reduce the screen size, what will happen? Okay. We'll continue in Flex only for that, and how we can create responsive navbar. This is what we're going to see tomorrow. Okay. All right. Study component team will add the quiz link in the chat box. Please do the quiz. I hope you all remember. If you do the quiz every day and you attend all the session, you will get, if you score more than 75%, you can claim, like, you will get 1000 bonus. That is total 7000 for 7 days, and you will be able to understand more about it in part 2. Okay. So make sure you all are doing the quiz. Team have added the quiz. Please attend the quiz. Click on the link. All the best. Okay, tomorrow we'll start with the responsive part. Please attend the quiz. And those who have not attended, just somehow missed any session, you can actually go through the Study Comrade channel. There you will